on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all of these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked?
I think that works. Andrea Cattaneo, The Power of Influence. Hello, Henrik. Incredible to meet you. Looking forward to hearing more about you. And Andrea Cattaneo, we have some incredible people that you brought together here today for the Heart of Influence. So let's dive in. First up, coming from New York, New York, I can feel your awesome, incredible energy, founder of a mission-driven organization, leading a global community, helping small businesses grow faster through workshops, boot camps, and strategic programs. Trusted thought leader who's partnering with major groups and advises marketing associations to support their entrepreneurial success. As host of a popular podcast featuring top business experts sharing insights that will help small businesses create global impact. Everyone, let's please welcome to the show, Mr. Jimmy Newsom.
Hello, and thank you.
Awesome. And Jimmy, one thing we love to share, as you heard, is a fun fact about you. So Jimmy, what's a fun fact?
My first instrument was a violin.
Wow. How old?
I was in the 3rd grade, so I it's been so long I can't correlate 3rd grade to the actual age.
Right. I can't either. 7, 8, or maybe something like that.
Something like that.
And
I cried.
And you cried?
I
You
cried
Oh.
because my mother, I went to get an instrument, and the only thing they had left was a violin, and so she said, "Go back and get the violin," because I didn't want it, and it was the best decision ever.
Oh, wow. And I did hear you say your first instrument. So meaning first, that means you've learned a few others along the way. Is that what I mean
Yes.
to say?
Yes, I have.
Wow. What is your favorite to play? What do you like to play the most, if there is one?
Well, they say the piano player controls the band, so the piano.
Beautiful. Love that. Absolutely beautiful. Love the piano. And Jimmy, are you ready to have some fun on the Andrea Cattaneo's Heart of Influence?
I am absolutely ready and a little bit terrified at the same time.
Well, definitely. You don't look terrified, number one. You look chill and nothing to be scared of. We're going to have some fun. We're going to learn about each and every one of you. The opportunity for everyone here to potentially do something coming off the show is real. So definitely put your info in the chat. We have, people here that each of you would want to meet in other opportunities. So please welcome to the show, and please definitely put your info in the chat so you can find each other later, but we can also provide those connections as well. So next up, coming from Haddonfield, New Jersey. Haddonfield, New Jersey, family law expert with 45 plus years handling complex divorce, custody, and asset division, a Harvard-trained mediator and co-founder of a collaborative divorce practice resolving conflict, providing help for families move forward, a frequent lecturer and bar leader, mentoring young attorneys, blending strong advocacy with integrity and compassion. We might be very aligned with that integrity and compassion, Gary. And I wish I had you back. I did get divorced. Welcome to the show. Awesome. Well, welcome, Gary. So what is a fun fact about you, sir?
Well, when I was young, starting in my teenage years, I played in a jazz sextet.
A jazz, say that again?
A jazz sextet, 6 of us.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
To be confused with what you potentially thought, Gina.
Yes, exactly. So that makes more sense. So, okay, that is fun. And how did you like that?
Oh, it was wonderful. It carries you to a different level. It stimulates a different part of the brain and just takes you away to do your own thing. It's beautiful.
Amazing. Well, so far, beautiful musician shares here today. So Gary, thank you for that. I can imagine how, in that sextet, it just must feel so, meditative and beautiful synchronicity, obviously making people feel good. So thank you, Gary. Love it. Next up, coming from Sandusky, Ohio. This man is a trusted advisor to life transition clients, an expert leading a top firm who helps divorcees and injury victims avoid financial missteps. An acclaimed author and educator, has written 8 books that simplify investing and empower confident decisions, widely seen as a national voice in wealth empowerment, a speaker, a media guest, making complex ideas clear with warmth and light. Everyone, let's please welcome to the show, Lee Hyder.
I may have to steal that bio. That sounded impressive.
Did you like that? Oh, yeah.
I did.
We'll be glad to send that to you.
As it relates to the fun fact, I probably have the oldest fun fact here that goes back about 60 years ago. My father was a CPA, and we always used to talk about numbers and taxes, and you couldn't talk about numbers without him grabbing a napkin and putting something on paper. And he said something to me that really kind of put me on the path for the career that I'm on now. When we were talking about taxes, it was 1 and 1 is 2, maybe. And that became the title of one of my 8 books. And what it did, it really empowered me to realize that, everything in life appears maybe to be a little easier than it really may be. So what we've kind of done as it related to my practice and even my life is we've kind of dedicated ourselves to go a little deeper than maybe what would appear to be a service answer. And that has really served me and served my clients rather well.
I love that, Lee. It really is a beautiful way to be. Totally in alignment with what we seek to cause here at Unblinded. We say, we are 1 + 1 equals a trillion, or at least 10 relationships, because we know that the opportunity to merge ecosystems with extraordinary people, which is part of the reason we do what we do, is to cause that kind of outcome in the world and create opportunities to have deeper relationships and build what we call relationship capital, which is what we are truly in the business, each and every one of us, of doing, right? To create the impact and the outcomes we wish to create in the world. So I love that, Lee. Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. So welcome. Let's bring this extraordinary woman up next in the yellow. Loving your dress, your color, coming from Hackensack, New Jersey. You're welcome. A relentless advocate and civil trial specialist, empowering injury victims with compassion, securing justice through integrity, preparation, and impactful storytelling. Co-founder and mentor, leading with empathy, working to simplify legal processes through public education. Rooted in family and resilience, blending legal excellence, emotional intelligence, and a deep commitment to community healing. Everyone, let us please welcome Natalie Zamiti to the show.
Thank you, Gina. That was amazing. Amazing intro.
Oh, well, thank you. This is all of your words that you gave to our team that we recreated a little bit. So,
Thank you.
yes, well, thank you. And thank you all for what you're doing, being a product of divorce after 24 years and, just going through that process with someone who became extraordinarily difficult. Yes, it's been fascinating and in court again after many years post divorce. So it is, people like you all that we need to have that be easier. And so just thank you for all that you do. So Natalie, what is a fun fact about you?
When I was in college, I minored in Japanese.
Wow. How did you choose Japanese?
Well, kyo wa omaneki itadaki arigatou gozaimasu, which is thanks for having me today.
Ah, that is very cool. So you're obviously still fluent. And why Japanese?
A little.
So why
did I choose Japanese back then? Japan was quite the powerhouse back in the late 80s, early 90s, when I was in college. And it was just something that resonated with me, the people, the culture. So the minor included not just the language, but learning their history, their culture, their lifestyle. And I did get to experience Japan by going over and living there for about 6 weeks. So it was amazing.
Yeah, beautiful. That's awesome. Awesome. Well, love that. Thank you for sharing that. I have 0 words in Japanese to say back to you. So I won't even try.
Yes.
Except for the one that Andrea said, which I think was konnichiwa, which is I don't know what that means. I don't
That's
even
my
know what that
word.
means. What does it mean? Hello or goodbye?
Hello, yeah.
Okay,
Hello.
there you go.
Goodbye.
Good. There you go. That's how bad I am. Okay. So thank you for that. And let's bring up our next guest coming from Miami, Florida, 30 plus years across tech, defense, and healthcare, a global leader driving multinational ventures and earning recognition among top investors, managing partner and CEO, blending strategic foresight with human connection, mentoring future leaders and building purpose-driven companies, legacy-driven technologist, and an innovator merging cutting-edge solutions with value-led leadership and grounded in family, which is, what we're all here to really, truly give a better life to all of our families. So thank you for that. Let's welcome to the show, Henryk Dabrowski. Henryk.
Thank you very much, Gina, for the invitation, and Andrea, especially to you. We've been friends, and I've been your client for many, many years. For something I've been very, very proud of. Yep, and so it's a pleasure to be here. A little bit about me is I live in Miami, Florida. I'm a serial entrepreneur with multiple exits. I run several public companies, which Andrea kept me out of trouble of, as of lately, I like to do things that go to space and they make money. In my project, I always been a passionate about aviation, and I make planes spin and tumble in the air.
You make planes spin and tumble in the air?
Tumble in the air, yes, for fun.
Little model planes, or tell us.
No,
What does that mean?
real planes with people inside. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I love aerobatic flying, which is one of my passions, and I'm pretty good at it. And so I'm often out there spinning and tumbling and making people sick.
Wow.
And by the
Yes.
way, Natalie, to your credit, I have a daughter in Japan right now. She's minoring in Japanese as well.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yep.
I don't often come across individuals that have minored in Japanese.
Yeah, she's doing double major math statistics, minor in Japanese, and another minor in linguistics. She's a little underachiever, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. What school?
University of Florida.
Oh, Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's incredible. Wow. Yes, definitely underachiever, as it sounds like you are as well, her father. So not at all, but wonderful to meet you, Henry.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Our next guest, coming from also from Hackensack, New Jersey, is a fractional CFO driving financial growth and operational efficiency for startups and mid-sized companies. Strategic insights that support scalable business expansion, is a financial planner, does budgeting, risk management, enabling organizations to improve cash flow, reducing costs, and maximizing profitability, leading cross-functional teams and mentoring executives to enhance financial literacy and foster data-driven decision-making. Let's all please welcome to the show, Chelsea Polano.
Thank you very much, Gina, and thank you, Andrea, for having me today. A fun fact about me is, aside from my financial services business, I also co-own the largest independent bookstore in New Jersey.
Wow, where is that bookstore? That's fun.
Montclair.
Wow. Wow. What's the reason? Like, what is your passion about that?
So my original educational background is actually in English literature. And I met my business partner for the bookstore actually at the same company where I got my start in finance. I was their CFO when they listed on NASDAQ. So when he left,
Someone
he
needs to
decided
mute.
to go the entrepreneur route. He was looking for a partner in crime. So.
Well, hello. Happy Fun Friday. Sorry for the delay coming from Vesuvio Castle here, Gina Ritchie and Andrea Cattaneo. Warm welcome to our guest, Chelsea. It's an honor and privilege to have you here today. And Gina, who else do we have at the party?
Sean, and we have met a bunch of extraordinary humans so far. Our next guest is coming from Red Bank, New Jersey, right around the corner from me. Experienced employment attorney and senior associate with deep experience advising employers and employees. Former government advisor, helped shape national workplace laws by advising federal agencies and lawmakers. A trusted leader and team builder known for building strong relationships and influencing workplace policy. Let's everyone please give it up for Mr. Matthew Mignard.
Matthew, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence, Andrea Cattaneo style. And Matthew, of course, that Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. We've been kicking this off with fun facts. They're headlines. Matthew, please, your headline, no way, fun fact.
Fun fact is I'm a big, enjoy English history, and I have been published, I guess. So that's one of my fun achievements.
For the last 10 minutes, Sean.
Wow. Did we lose Sean? Oh, I don't know if Sean got to hear that. That is pretty extraordinary.
Congratulations to you. And
yeah.
what did you publish?
Just some editorials, an editorial or two in the Wall Street Journal.
Well, congratulations.
Wall Street Journal editorials. I think I have spotty service. So AC, thanks for jumping on in with that. And Matthew, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence. Gina, who's here to join Matthew?
Well, Sean, next up is the extraordinary woman that brought everyone today together.
Do we have to speak her name?
Do we have to?
Do we have to speak her name?
Yes, we do. Absolutely. I'm going to shout it from the rooftops. Coming from Nutley, New Jersey, she's the deal attorney, having led over 200 capital markets transactions in the past 25 years, taking companies public in the 7 different ways that you can. 2 years out of law school, she built $1 million solo practice from her basement as a single mom with 2 young daughters, proudly serving for over a decade on the board of the National Investment Banking Association, helping companies get connected to thousands of members and funding sources. She is the executive producer of The Heart of Influence, general counsel and chief ecosystem officer at Callagy Law. Let's all please give it up for Andrea Cattaneo.
AC, warm welcome. This woman's also on the board of the National Investment Banking Association, in case we didn't hear that. 200 companies public, Andrea, 7 different ways. What's your headline fun fact?
We have a family theme going on a little bit here, so I'm going to go with a fun fact. My husband's first wife, Heidi, is my best friend, and I call her my wife-in-law.
I'm dialing it right now, Sean.
We co-parented daughter number 4. So that is my fun fact for today.
Wow. That's
She's
great.
your will. She's your will, Andrea?
My wife-in-law, exactly. That is what we call each other. 100% truth.
So you guys got me, Andrea. So I'm going through audio for now, and I'm gonna go off camera. Okay. So Gina Ritchie, let's keep rocking and rolling, please.
Yes, we we got you, Mr. Sean Callagy. So please, everyone, now I'm going to introduce to you the gentleman who put this show together. He's the co-founder of Unblinded, chief visionary officer as well of Unblinded, founder and president of his 100 plus. There's got to be so much more than 100 plus person law firm at this point, Callagy Law. And Sean is one of two attorneys out of 1.2 million lawyers in America to achieve 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and he's the only one who is blind. He has also collected more than wow, we're almost up at $1 billion, way more than $500 million on behalf of his healthcare clients through the Callagy Medical Revenue Recovery Process and federal IDR. As an international speaker, Sean has broken sales records on Tony Robbins stages. He speaks for Fortune 10 to 500 companies like T-Mobile, Disney, Bristol Myers Squibb, Salesforce, as well as for national news networks and legal associations, and has raised over $10 million in just 2 years, just a couple of years ago, to support the Ukraine and so much more in sustainable giving. And he is a blind warrior, adventure, skier, surfing, scuba diver in the most extreme of conditions, who has a mission to serve professionals and entrepreneurs to see what they do not see about integriously expanding the financial abundance, time, freedom, and magic. Everyone, please, let's give it up for the host, Mr. Sean Callagy.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Andrea Catania. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Warm welcome on this fun Friday. And I often go with the fact that I'm a blind man that's taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive in the most extreme of conditions. But I just found out something right before we came onto the Heart of Influence, that we crossed this month the $40+ million mark of recovering money from medical providers, over $40 million this month. And that is one of my third business, not even my first two. And so I am incredibly grateful that we hit that outcome. And Gina Ritchie, let's go. Who's here, G? Who's going first today?
Sean, that is extraordinary. Add that one for sure. So first up, Sean, is Mr. Jimmy Newsome. I'm just going to give you a quick, just a quick on what he does. He's leading a global community with helping small businesses grow and has a popular podcast, top business experts.
Awesome, Jimmy. Yep. Thanks, G. Got you.
New York.
Yep.
Yep.
So Jimmy, who would you like Gina to be? What we're doing is we're exploring the superpower of Integrous influence, how we go from hello to yes. And so, Jimmy, who would you like Gina to be? We're not talking Wolf of Wall Street, Shark Tank, a boiler room. We're talking Integrous influence. And what does it look like when yes should actually happen between people? Because it's right to have the yes happen. So Gina could be an ideal client. She could be a charitable fundraising partner. Heck, she could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey or Warren Buffett. Jimmy, anyone that you'd want to be going from hello to yes with. So please, Jimmy, it doesn't have to be a final yes, it doesn't have to be a sale, could just be a yes for a longer conversation. Please, Jimmy, who would you like Gina Ritchie to be?
Should I do an individual or an organization?
It would be an individual. So she could be an individual from an organization, anybody that
a little spotty, Sean.
A CEO of Cookie Bed, partner, an accounting firm, anyone.
Okay, I think I got it. So, all right. So, Gina, if you were the business development individual in charge of strategic partnerships for, let's just say, Bank of America, and how we would work together to support small businesses.
Outstanding. Got it. Okay. Hello, this is
Take us in, G.
Hello, this is Gina.
Gina, hi. This is Jimmy from Moving Forward Small Business. I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time.
No, I just have just about 3 minutes.
All right. So, so my big question is, how much do you care about the small business community?
Very much.
And we do too. And we've done a little research, and we're looking at how we can support them better. At the end of the day, I'm sure you know quite a bit about it, but I'll share a couple things with you. One, when it comes to the United States alone, 99% of all businesses are small. And of that, 95% of those businesses are 3 people or less. And when you have these programs out there that support these small businesses, it only a small percentage of them can take advantage of them. So the question becomes, how do we help the other, let's just say 98%? Because at the end of the day, if that 2% is already in a position to be helped, then are we really helping the small business community, which is the other 98%? So I think that we've put together something that can actually support them, and I'd love to talk to you about how we might be able to work together. I know you have initiatives. How can we support your initiatives where we both win?
Well, Jimmy, thank you for what you're doing and what you're sharing here. Let me ask you, how do you propose you do that? I know we have a short time, but like just in a quick headline, how do you propose we would do that?
At the end of the day, we have to start walking with these entrepreneurs. It's one thing to give them that information that they need, but it's another thing to make sure that there's a level of accountability and there's a path that they can walk. And when there's that disconnect of, all right, here's the things I need you to go out, go do it and come back, that's where they get lost, because obviously if they could do that, they wouldn't be in this position in the first place. So that's what we offer. And what we're looking for is that the opportunity to partner with a major organization that also has that mission of supporting the small businesses. And that's where we come in, and that's why we're talking to you.
Awesome. Got it. Thank you for that. Well, we certainly want to support small businesses and businesses of all sizes, Jimmy, and I can hear how important that is to you. Obviously we'll have a lot to learn from each other. I only have a couple more, I don't have like 40 more seconds. So where do we go? Next, I'm open to it, but tell me what you got.
Yeah, I would say next, I'd love to set up a call, whether it's with you or with anybody you think is the appropriate person to start this relationship. For me, it's not about a one-time quick fix. We're looking to build a relationship with you. We want to build that trust. We want to build that authority. I understand where your brand stands, and we want to respect that. So at the end of the day, if we can set up a follow-up meeting, I'll share with you any resources you need in advance, on a follow-up email. And then let's figure out if this makes sense for both of us to move forward as a partnership.
Perfect. I got a call coming in that I have to take. I got you. You send that and we'll go from there. Sounds like a plan.
Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
You got it. Thank you. Awesome. Excellent. I think our incredible Sean having some technical issues. Sean, can you?
Let's take who's next.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Sean, you sound so different. Next up is Gary Borger.
Yes. Thank you. Yep. Actually, I pronounce it Borger.
Oh, sorry, Borger.
That's all right. The New York portion of the family pronounces it Borger.
Okay.
Like I was talking to Andrea about how her brother has developed a different pronunciation for their last name. So we have the same thing in our family.
Awesome. So Gary, who would you want me to be then? We're going to do that role play, but who would you want me to be to seek a yes from in a quick conversation?
Okay. As an attorney who practices in the field of family law and mediation, I would like you to be a female business owner who's considering divorce, and you want a few words with me to find out what your options are and whether I'm the right person to represent you or to be a mediator for you and your spouse.
Awesome. Okay. Sounds good.
So I know that you're,
Gina.
Go ahead. Yeah. I know from the notes that my intake person has given me that you're considering divorce. It's not final yet, but something that's possibly on the plate in front of you. And you want to know what you're facing if you go down that path.
Yes, sir. You are correct.
Have you considered the various options that are before you, or is that why you're here?
That's why I'm here. I have, gotten a few names, spoke to a few people. You've come highly recommended. Obviously, I'm not looking forward to it. So I need someone great on my side. There's a lot at stake, and your name keeps coming up.
Let me ask you this. Where do you see yourself 5 years down the road, assuming that you decide to get divorced and you are divorced? Where do you see yourself 5 years thereafter?
5 years thereafter, I see my kids happy. I see myself happy in another, hopefully another relationship. I see my business, everything thriving, and me living in a peaceful, beautiful place. I don't know what exactly that looks like yet, but truly it is. I see peace ahead, gratitude for my life. I'm able to achieve things that I haven't been able to achieve, being kind of stuck in a place where I can't be anymore. So does that answer the question?
Yes, yeah, it gives me some insight. And are you seeking a peaceful way toward resolution? Bless you.
Thank
Are you
you.
are you seeking a peaceful way toward resolution of your marital dispute or issues with your spouse?
Well, I have been seeking a peaceful way for about 10 years, Gary. It seems I'm the only one seeking out that peaceful way of getting back to a marriage, and it's getting hard to do it alone anymore.
Now, do you think your husband is also on the same path, trying to resolve things peacefully, efficiently, amicably, so that you have a relation together in the future as parents?
I don't, I think he thinks he is, but that's not the way it's going at the moment. But yeah, so I don't think so. No.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you have the option of pursuing mediation, which would be a way the two of you would sit down with me or some other neutral mediator to help you to reach a peaceful resolution. Or you can go the traditional route with each of you retaining attorneys,
Right.
advocating for yourself and against each other to some degree as the system works, and fight it out and spend a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm hoping to not do that, Gary. And I do actually have this another call coming that I have to take. So can we table this to the next conversation? I am with you on that. I don't want to
Sure.
have to go through that, but I have some things to figure out.
I'd like you to think about it, and if you'd like to get back to me, we can talk in more detail.
Excellent. You got that for sure, Gary. Thank you. Right. Awesome. Well, thank you, Gary. Thank you. Where's
Jimmy?
Jimmy, great job, both of you. And now is the time, if Sean is not back, that we give our feedback. The judges give feedback to each of the contestants, 30 seconds of what they did well, what maybe they could do to improve. And, we have kind of a fun scoring system that how much longer would you like to spend with this person if you had a choice? Would you like to have a cup of coffee, or maybe a dinner at the Capitol Grill with, I don't know, a seafood tower or a juicy steak? Or if it's the longest period of time that you'd like to spend with this individual, what about getting on a private jet, picking Gina up, of course, maybe me as well, and flying anywhere you'd like in the world so you could have the longest possible conversation with either Jimmy or Gary. So I think if you don't mind, Gina, unless you want to kick it off, I think the first person we should ask for feedback, unless Sean, have you come back? Matthew, what is your 30 seconds of feedback for Jimmy?
For Jimmy.
Yeah, something that you think he did really well, something that you think he could improve, and how much longer of a meeting, if you were, in the shoes of Gina, you'd want to spend with Jimmy? Cup of coffee all the way to.
Yeah, he was very
private jet
empathetic.
flight.
I felt that was very important. I can't really think of anything he did poorly in the demonstration.
Okay, great. And how much longer a time? And this is really our scoring system. Cup of coffee or dinner? What do you think?
I would say a cup of coffee.
Okay, good. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for that feedback. Very insightful. And see, what about your 30 seconds of feedback for Gary?
I really liked the way you approached it. I think there was a lot of empathy for Gina's situation, and a lot of, like, you listed off, I think, really well the options she had available to her, while also kind of keeping it kind of, I don't want to say lighthearted, because there's no way to really talk about divorce in a lighthearted way, but like you gave her the opening to make the joke that her now soon to be ex-husband isn't trying to do this peacefully. I think you kept it kind of as upbeat as you can, and as such a serious conversation. I thought it was really valuable.
Thank you, Chelsea, for that
Thank you.
masterful feedback, and Gary appreciates it as well. Very wonderful listening. We call that level 5 listening, and thank you for that. Lee, what about your 30 seconds of feedback for Jimmy?
I thought in the beginning his introduction was powerful. He kind of explained what he does. I thought his facts were good. I thought his steps for business owners was also very well. I thought he was missing a little bit of maybe the how. The actual, a little bit of the specifics would have been fun to have him tease a little more with a little more specifics. And I guess I didn't understand as a potential business owner, what's in it for me? Why would I necessarily, I hate to sound cold, but why would I care necessarily about the small business owner? What impact does it have on me? But I found him interesting. I'd love to have dinner with him and talk more.
There you go. Well, that's powerful. Excellent feedback. Greatly appreciated for that. Jimmy, hope that landed to some degree. And Natalie, about your 30 seconds of feedback for Gary.
Sure. I loved that Gary asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I thought that was a powerful, technique to engage the prospective client and to see where her future and goals were. I think that there were a couple of things missed, like when she shared some emotional content, like I've been trying to get divorced for 10 years, maybe just like a little validation and reflect on that, like, oh, that's exhausting or something like that and painful. And then, she's talking about where she sees peace ahead. And that was a good point to say, like, I'd love to help you build toward getting your peace by me representing you. But overall, I would love to have dinner with Gary.
That is really, I think, deep feedback for someone who really understands the industry. And that's one of the reasons why we really curate groups that we know are going to learn from one another. So thank you for that. And Gary,
Yeah.
I could see by your nods that certainly did land. And now finally, I think, Henrik, what is your 30 seconds of feedback for Jimmy?
I think that Jimmy put it out, laid it out very clearly. I think that creating the expectation and also confronting a touchy subject in an open way, it creates the ability to engage. I also like the fact that he put a future vision of where this can happen. I don't know about the impact on business, but definitely organizing and planning. Divorce is never easy. It's a lot of unexpected situations, especially because you don't get a manual when you get married on how to divorce. So definitely like the way that he put it out there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. And what would your next step be?
The next step would probably be coffee or a secondary call, and not wait a week. Probably 72 hours in order to get that. Where people get bombarded by a lot of information right now, and it's easy to forget quickly what you were told a couple of hours ago, at least 3 days. So that will be my next step immediately.
Very well thought out. A thought out action plan, maybe to be followed by dinner, who knows? So Gina.
Excellent. So Andrea, now we turn the hot seat. Let's see if we have the one only Sean Kelly to turn the hot seat on him. Are you there, Sean? Like I said, lots of technical difficulties, so I'm hoping he is. But let me ask you this, Andrea Catania. If we can get Sean, did you have scenarios? If not, we will take the scenarios anyway and go for it, and you can put me on the hot seat. But I think I hear Sean Kelly.
It's ready when you guys are ready.
Beautiful.
Fine.
Excellent.
All right. So let me see. I think I have a couple. The first scenario is going to be, Sean is going to be playing Gary. And he's looking to go from hello to yes with a man this time who is very, very frustrated about, the hundreds of thousands of dollars every month that his wife is spending and basically going through all of their savings. But it turns out he's not being truthful. And Sean's hello to yes is going to be one where he really needs to do some investigation before necessarily buying everything that's coming. So that's scenario number one, the lying spouse. Scenario number two, since we had some fun music things going on here, maybe the next hello to yes should be Sean is going from hello to yes as himself, convincing Bruce Springsteen to come and perform at his next holiday party, because we all know Sean might be a little bit of a fan. And those are the two scenarios that I think we're going to go with. I'm not going to come up with a third because we're really short on time, but I'm going to by a show of, actually, let's let just our judges, not the participants, put up one or two. Which scenario do you prefer? You have 3 seconds to put your fingers up. It looks like number two. Scenario number two. Okay, Sean, this is not hello to yes with Bruce Springsteen, convincing him to come and perform live at your next holiday party. Are you up for it, Sean Callaghy? Wow, he would have loved this one.
I think he definitely would be up for it, Andrea. So, gosh, Sean, this is fun. I wonder, and Andrea, that's such a great call. I'm wondering if we can get him out here, but Andrea Catania, how about this?
Yeah,
oh, beautiful.
We got you, Sean. Can you hear us?
A good
Yes.
one for you if you're ready for it.
Okay,
Sorry, guys,
the
to text
scenario.
down. What do you got? Tell me.
Awesome. So the one that we agreed on is you are going to go from hello to yes with Bruce Springsteen, convincing him, as busy as he is, to come and perform at your next holiday party, even though he's already scheduled to be in Japan with his family.
Yes. And so who is the person? Forgive me, guys. Mike has a 15,000 square foot house that is one of the nicest houses in New Jersey and has no internet connection, which is bizarre and crazy. So I'm so sorry. This was no expectation. We had all kinds of fun plans. We had Charlie Rosenzweig, who is the business development human for the NBA, all kinds of fun and magical things planned, and technology has been bizarre all day. So I heard all the back end about the Christmas party, but who is the person? That part got cut out.
Okay, it's going to be Bruce Springsteen, and I think Lee Hyder is going to play the role of Bruce Springsteen, and you are going to be going from hello to yes, convincing Bruce to come and play at your next holiday party, even though his family is in Japan on holiday.
Amazing. So, hi, is Mr. Springsteen available?
Yes, I'll get him. Yes, can I help you?
Hi, Mr. Springsteen. This is Sean Callaghy with a 3-minute call scheduled for today. Is this a good time for you?
Sean who?
Sean Callaghy. We had a 3-minute call scheduled for today.
Okay, I don't recall that, but yeah, I've got a few minutes here.
Yeah, sure. So, Mr. Springsteen, we set this up with your assistant, John Jones. If I'm catching you off guard, I really apologize. Would you like to reset? I know how busy you are. I know who you are. I just want you to know that. So thank you. But if this is not ringing a bell, we had a 3-minute call, but would it be better for you to reschedule, or should we continue, Mr. Springsteen?
No, that's okay. We've got another 2.5 minutes. We're fine.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. So I was going to ask you is what prompted you to accept this call in the first place. What I'm hearing is you're not even aware of the call. Does this ring any bells at all, or it does not, Mr. Springsteen?
Well, they said something about an event, planning event or something that I needed to maybe talk to somebody personally about it versus my scheduler.
Yeah, no, thank you. That is what it is. But before we get into that, and I know we have about 2 minutes to go, can I just ask you this? You do so much for the world, charitably. You take, heart-centered, strong political positions. You're clearly still a person of massive influence and impact in the world, perhaps maybe even at the highest. Can I ask, why do you keep doing all this? What's the driver for you, Mr. Springsteen, to keep moving forward in the world?
Well, first of all, call me Bruce. But more importantly, I've been blessed. I mean, I've had a blessed life, and I'm honestly not sure how I got to where I got to be so blessed. And I think it's my responsibility to give back in any way I can.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Bruce. And when you think about giving back and making appearances, and continue to do good in the world, would it be okay if I share a couple quick thoughts from that place that may or may not resonate with you?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so a final minute or so. So again, my name is Sean Callaghy, and I am a citizen of the great state of New Jersey, as you are. I was born and will die here, as will you, as you've shared. And I run a Christmas party every year, and I have 800 people. I've had the blessing and privilege of raising over $10 million for charity in the past 2 years. And I know you're a tremendous philanthropist. And Mr. Springsteen, well, I'm here to very simply propose that I think got Mr. Jones's attention. And again, I'm sorry, Bruce, you asked to be called Bruce. Bruce, that got Mr. Jones and your team's attention was guaranteed offer of $1 million for your charity for coming to our Christmas party. I know you don't need $1 million. I know that you have, with your Sony deal, a tremendous amount of money. But what I'm hoping, Mr. Springsteen, is that is the beginning guarantee of coming for the night, and that it would be an example of what we call sustainable giving. And I believe, Mr. Springsteen, I've done a little bit of homework in your charity, that we can increase the charitable fundraising for your foundation by 300%. And you may say, because I know everybody comes at you with craziness, guaranteed $1 million for coming, really just as a tryout for us, that a 300% increase in your foundation's raise, because we want to build a lifelong relationship with you of value. What's in it for us is making you happy, making your mission even stronger. That's it. Because that does great things for our ability to cause integrity-based human influence to proliferate in the world. So with that said, Mr. Springsteen, I know we're at time. I thank you so much for staying on this call on Friday, being unaware of it. Thank you. But how would it resonate, sir, with you or not, to have a follow-up conversation about $1 million for appearing at our Christmas and holiday party on December 19th, Friday? We'd move the date if there's a better date for you. And we'd love that to be a tryout for building a greater relationship. We simply need a 30-minute conversation with your team. If there's any possibility of having you there, sir, we even put the $1 million up in the escrow account of your agent, your attorney, to make sure you know how serious we are. We'll not waste your time, but would love to have a 30-minute follow-up conversation to go into more specific details about all this. So, Mr. Springsteen, how would that resonate with you, sir, or not, Bruce, to have that follow-up 30-minute conversation with $1 million guarantee for appearance, and we don't even need you to sing a single song, Mr. Springsteen?
Wow, that's you know what? I think it's worth another quick phone call.
Well, I really appreciate it. Shall I set that up with your assistant, Tom, that set up this call with us today?
Yeah, you can get back with him for sure. I'll tell him you'll be calling.
Yeah, have a blessed day. And thanks for all you do for the world. And I really look forward to the follow-up.
Thank you.
Let's talk to you soon. Pause. Okay. Thank you for that, Gina. By the way, does everybody know that maybe a rock star tried to make out with Gina on the Jersey Shore beach? Believe that for a story for a different day. Maybe that's why she selected this person. Who knows? But thank you so much for that. Yes. And forgive me, I'm blind, and we've had all kinds of tech challenges. So G, who was doing that scenario with me?
That was Andrea set that scenario up. So I can't say that it was.
I definitely thought of you when I set it up as well.
Yes.
Gina.
And the question, Gina, was who was I doing that scenario with?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was with Lee Hyder.
Yes, Lee, outstanding job, sir. Thank you for doing it. How do I do having a conversation with Bruce? And Lee, how was your time today on Andrea Catania's Heart of Influence?
It was great. I enjoyed it very much.
Awesome. No, thank you for that, Lee. And G, let's go around the circuit and see if anybody has any finals amongst the group.
Absolutely. Let's go to Natalie Zamiti Shaw.
Natalie, thanks for
Hi.
being here today. And how
Thank
was your time with Andrea, Gina, and company?
It was great. It was wonderful. Everyone was lovely.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody have any final questions, thoughts, things they would like to share with the group for today? And again, apologies for the technological challenges we've done. I've done over 2,000 Hearts of Influence. There's no question that this was the greatest, craziest, technologically challenged Heart of Influence we've ever done. So my apologies. That's on our team and on me, because our team represents me. We thought we're all good and stable here, so apologies again. But anybody have anything else they want to share? Andrew's going to connect everybody up after today. But anything else anybody wants to ask or share?
Yeah, I was. This is Jimmy Newsom. I was just curious.
Hey, Jimmy.
Is this something that is being shared out to a larger audience so they can experience what we've experienced here? Or, I had a colleague, I told him I was going to be on here, and he was like, "Oh, is there some way I could watch it?" And I was like, "I have no clue."
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, we put it up on YouTube. We put it up on Facebook as well. Yes.
Okay.
So it'll go up on Facebook for the Unblinded Facebook page, and on YouTube.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. And for anybody with the bumps, the trips, the things that we faced today, everybody, Andrea certainly can come back on a future episode. It'll be much smoother, I assure you, than what happened today. So apologies. Any other questions, thoughts, comments?
Thank you so much for that. And I do want to say, just in response to Jimmy's interest in having someone watch the show, every one of you is going to receive details about everyone else, their bios, their contact information, and you're going to get a link to the show. So if someone wants to watch it, they absolutely can. Back over to you, Sean.
And if you guys would like, you can get some AI feedback. We've created an integrity-based influence scoring mechanism. So if that's interesting to you also, you can follow a conversation with somebody on our team, and you'll literally get the most mind-blowing, profoundly deep mechanism of giving feedback through the prism of integrity-based human influence. So again, I thank each and every one of you. On behalf of Gina Ritchie, Andrea Catania, we appreciate you. I end every episode by saying this: I may be physically blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain that it's the possibilities for acceleration that sit right in front of everyone. And I don't mean linear acceleration. I mean exponential to orders of magnitude acceleration. With those things sitting right in front of our face, at some level, Gina, we're all blind.
Just learning to see. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.